Chelsea Football Club have a striker in Victor Osimhen basically begging to join. John Obi Mikel once again comes out and reiterates it's a simple deal. Let me tell you about it. Furthermore, Wesley Fofana, it looks like he's heading out of Chelsea. Chelsea have put him up for sale. It's become public knowledge. The French sources are going mad, and I'm going to tell you which club actually really wants him. Furthermore, there's a goalkeeper, apparently £51 million. He plays in Germany. Cobble. If you know him, you know him. If you know him, you know he's not good enough. What are we doing? However, there are conflicting reports. Ben Jacobs is saying it's not true. The German media is saying it is. We're going to talk about it. And finally, a lot of people think Enzo Maresca is going to be the manager next year. I think he is, but I think they already have his replacement in mind, and he just got a new contract. Yes, I'm going to tell you who it is. I'm going to tell you my theory. There haven't been any links, but I'm telling you now, I am very good at stuff like this. They call me Mystic Alexis. So let's get started. Firstly, hit that like button. 1,000 likes go a massive way, right? It tells YouTube you like what you're watching. Alex is good at what he's doing, so please show more people. So if you like it, please help me out. And secondly, subscribe to the channel. We're 34 people away from 40,000. I want to hear it today. Come on. Victor Osimhen to Chelsea. The saga has already begun. Listen, at the end of the day, we chased him all the way last year. I didn't want him. I was a muppet. However, I've changed my mind. What's made me change my mind? Nicholas Jackson only getting 10 league goals. I thought he'd be around about on 19 at this time. He isn't. It is what it is. We move on. What's happened? Look, throughout this whole deal, John Obi Mikel has actively, publicly exposed that him and Victor Osimhen are basically like client and agent. He also said he was in the meetings trying to make it happen. He was on the phone call, talking to Baldwin Stanley, talking to Osimhen's camp, trying to make the deal work. However, and this is a big however, it never happened. Why? Because of wages. Now Victor Osimhen is in Turkey. His loan finishes this summer, and now all of a sudden, Victor wants to move. Victor will be looking for a club to join. We know Napoli want £52 million, bargain. Problem is his wages. So, Victor Osimhen gets £12 million net. For those of you that don't understand that, it means after taxes get taken away. Firstly, he's entitled to ask whatever he wants. As long as someone's willing to pay it, he's worth it. That's my metric. I'm dead serious, right? If someone's willing to pay you the money, that means you're worth it to them. So, the next thing we need to talk about now is, what did Mikel say? Well, John Obi Mikel was on BEIN Sports, Keys and Gray, sitting there talking. And once again, he reiterated what he keeps saying in the past. He said this in January, he said this in February, and now at the end of April. He has reiterated, Victor Osimhen is a Chelsea boyhood fan. He is the solution to Chelsea. He needs to join Chelsea. It is a simple deal. They can literally pick up where they left off in last transfer window. They can get this deal done easily. Mikel keeps saying that. What do I think? I think this is not happening. And I'm going to tell you why it's not happening. I'm upset just as much as you are. Number one, his wages are way too high for what Chelsea are paying at the moment. Number two, no club in Europe wants to pay that kind of money. At this moment in time, I think he wants Virgil van Dijk and Mo Salah type of money. Is he entitled to it? We just answered that question earlier in the video. If someone's willing to pay it, you're worth it. It's as simple as that. However, Liverpool aren't going to pay it, Arsenal aren't paying it, and they're looking for a striker, they're looking for Gyökeres. Man United aren't going to pay it, Chelsea aren't going to pay it, PSG don't want a striker anymore, Real Madrid aren't interested in him, Barcelona aren't interested in him, and all of a sudden he's got a predicament. His predicament is Saudi or Turkey. Because no one else, Napoli don't want him, genuinely. Napoli are begging for him to leave. They're literally saying 52 million, give us it, and he's all yours. Problem is, his wages are ridiculously high. What's going to happen? I don't know. Either he brings his wages down and someone gets him on a beautiful bargain, or he goes to Saudi Arabia and Turkey and ends up playing his career out there in the prime of his career. In my opinion, it would be a travesty. It would be preposterous for Victor Osimhen to be playing in a league of that quality when this guy, in my opinion, non-penalties gets you 20 league goals easily. For Chelsea, 25. The amount of quality deliveries we get from Neto, Palmer and Enzo. And I'm not even talking about Reece James bombing forward and putting some crosses in. Genuinely, we would have an absolute monster. Pay the wages. This next story I am so torn about, and it's very, very interesting, so stay tuned. Number one, it's about Wesley Fofana. Listen, Fofana is one of my favourite players. Fofana, for me, at Chelsea, when he plays, is everything I think a Chelsea player should be, right? Robust, physical, good on the ball, active in terms of reading and intercepting stuff to get an attack going, and just individualistically brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant at one-on-one defending. He's got a character. He is a brilliant player. Problem is, he's as useful as I am 4 out of 5 weeks. Why do I say that? Since he's been at Chelsea, he's played 20% of the game. Meaning 80% of the time, he's chilling, sitting next to me watching the Kavkas View or recording the Kavkas. Genuinely, he is not available. So what's happened? The guy had an injury. The club wanted him to get surgery allegedly. Then the player basically went on Instagram and gave us an indication that he ain't taking no surgery. Came back, played a few games, boom. Hamstring's gone, hamstring surgery again. All of a sudden now, the reports in France are coming out, Chelsea are open to loans and for sales for Wesley Fofana. Let me explain why this could happen. Number one, his wages are ridiculously high. And if a person's got 4 years left of his deal on 220k a week, think about it, guys. Logically, do you think Chelsea want to keep paying that for someone to go through the rehabilitation process next year for the whole year and then slowly reintegrate him into the squad? No. Secondly, the club clearly made their stance public, right? Enzo came out and reiterated what he thought the club's medical staff wanted him to do. The player went against it. Whether it's the club now saying, well, you know what? We gave you medical advice. We believe this was best for business. You went against it. And now it's better for both of us to part ways. That's something we must consider. However, once again, that is just a hypothesis. All we know at the moment is French sources are saying he is for sale. However, 5 days ago, Matt Law came out and said, Chelsea are looking for Huijsen to partner for Fofana. They're looking for somebody to partner for Fofana. And I came here and said, are they stupid? Fofana is literally giving you every reason to highlight why you shouldn't partner him with anyone. He should be viewed as an auxiliary piece, someone as a bonus. However, it's one of those things now. We're getting conflicting reports from France, and trust me, when it comes to stuff like this, French media is so much better than the English media. Why? I feel like they've got more contacts to the players' agents, and this is coming from the players' camp. He's publicly made it clear he wants to play for Marseille. Marseille need Champions League football to be able to fund this player, and I think if they make it, there's a way that this deal gets done. What I love about the transfer window is, right, normally there are so many different camps. The old school version of events used to be the players camp, club, and the media, right? The agents, the intermediaries that are involved. Now it's media 1, media 2. Media 1 being the English media, media 2 being the German media. What's going on here? Kobel is linked to Chelsea. For those of you that don't know, this is a goalkeeper that plays for Borussia Dortmund, known as a ball-playing goalkeeper. Decent shot stopper. Every time I have seen him, I've been left disappointed. A lot of people tell me, oh my God, Alex, you don't understand what you're watching. He's a very good goalkeeper. We should get him. He's honestly a little bit expensive, Alex, but we have to get him. For me, not so much. What I've seen of the guy, not good enough. So, when I saw today we're willing to pay £51 million and our agents are talking to theirs, I was not very happy. And then Ben Jacobs came out with a story because Bild said 51 million, Chelsea are in talks. And Ben Jacobs said Chelsea have no intention. There are 4 goalkeepers on the book. Petrovic, Jurgensen, Penders, Sanchez. They're going to pick from the 4, 2 of them to stay and fight for the #1 position next year. I said, that makes sense to me. Why does that make sense to me? Number one, Chelsea ain't paid no 51 million on no goalkeeper. Let's be honest, right? 51 million pounds when you just invested into Penders, and last year you could have got Magic Mike, and you went and got 25 million Jurgensen. They ain't doing that. Logic. Just think about it, right? And secondly, the biggest one of all, why is Chelsea talking to Dortmund? They're talking to Dortmund on a regular basis because of Carney and because of Gittins. Guess what would have most probably happened? Let's have a guess. Let's put our fishing rod in there and go searching for a story. Oops, we found something. It's come up. Let me see what it is. It's simple. They sat there. Dortmund would have said, hey, Chelsea, you need a goalkeeper, my friend. I've got something for you. We've got Kobel, 51 million. Good price. Chelsea said, nah, we're not interested. Promise you that's what would have happened. I guarantee you that's what would have happened. Why? Because when clubs sit down, they most probably talk about players that they already have on their books. And you know Chelsea and Dortmund have a good relationship. Ian Maatsen went on loan there. A year later, we've got Carney Chukwuemeka on loan there. Now there's strong rumours, definitive rumours coming that we're going to get Gittins from there. Trust me, this is exactly what happened. Some details from the meeting would have most probably leaked. And now the newspapers are running with it. Speaking about our manager, right? Our manager's got us in a good position. Enzo Maresca, in my opinion, last 2 wins, very good. All of a sudden, Chelsea Football Club have got top 5 in their own hands, right? If we do our business, we could potentially get top 5. But this is where, for me, it gets very interesting. A little bit sticky still. All of a sudden, we have seen a few articles come out. Enzo Maresca's position is in doubt. And all of that little beautiful hoopla of Enzo Maresca is safe. He's a young manager they believe in. He's this, he's that. It's gone. And I don't understand why. What's changed? We've won 2 games. Then we've seen something come out from David Ornstein. And David Ornstein, or as I like to call him, David said, at this moment in time, Liam Rosenior has signed a new contract with Strasbourg till 2028. He has held off interest from multiple Premier League clubs who are admirers. Why do you think that is? Let's think about this logically, peeps. Liam Rosenior was working at Hull with Delap in the past. We know that Chelsea have a good interest in Delap. They would have, in the past, the scouts that were there, the people that worked at Manchester City that now work at Chelsea, would have been looking at Delap like Liam Rosenior. All of a sudden, they get jobs at Chelsea who own Strasbourg Blueco. Bluecos decide to give Strasbourg a new manager when Patrick Vieira goes, Liam Rosenior. Liam Rosenior goes there and guess what's happening, people? Liam Rosenior goes there, he's winning games. He's doing really well. He deserves praise. He's showing what everyone saw of him in Hull. And when he was sacked, it was a travesty. People saying, what the hell's going on? And then Hull went from being 6th and fighting for playoffs all the way down to not even being in the top half of the championship. He gets the Strasbourg job. He's in a position where he could get them Champions League football. What do you think Chelsea are going to do, or Blueco are going to do? They're going to make sure this guy gets a pay rise. They're going to tell him, why are you looking at mid-table clubs? If Enzo goes, you're going to be in pole position to get this job. We've already seen what you've done with Strasbourg. You're overachieving with Strasbourg. Stay tight. Here's a new contract. Enjoy yourself. Next year, deal with European pressures. Develop yourself as a gaffer. And then, when the opportunity arises, you go to Chelsea Football Club. I am telling you, bookmark it, clip it. This will happen. Enzo Maresca, when he leaves, the next manager we're going to get is Liam Rosenior. Agree with me? Don't disagree with me? This is what I think. Listen, this was the Kavkas View. Hit that like button. Like I said, we're super close to 40,000. Make sure you do it now. You made it this far. Subscribe and hit the like button. And I also made a video for every single one of you right now watching. It's the review of the Chelsea and Everton game. Went into details, broke it down, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Go check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out.